Okay, so with WordPress, there are a couple key steps that you basically have to go through. So your main goal is to get something that looks like this, and it's kind of confusing when you first look at it. But basically, you've got the start of the page, which is this. The page is open with div ID equals activities. And this is going to be in a pattern. So basically, it's like a template that you'll be able to use. So you can just copy this, put it at the start, and then down here you will find one of these. It'll say close activities and then /div. So that basically activities is like a box that contains all the information on the page. So you open the box and then you close the box. And then everything between those two, yeah, pretty much. And then when you want to put an individual thing, so for example, I can show you what one of these would look like. Okay, so for each one of these, so it's going to be a picture, a title, maybe a Quizlet, a memorize, or if it's like a grammar point, like a flipped classroom video, then it's going to be a picture, title, a YouTube, and then maybe a quiz. And then in here usually you'll have a QR code. Right now this one doesn't, but the QR code will link to the YouTube or to the quiz. And when you want to add a new one of these to the page, you're basically going to copy this. So start from the div class equals row and all the way down to the /div. So just like the activities, each time you open up one of these div classes, or yeah, and then everything between that is sort of within that box. So when you copy one of these, it's actually pretty simple. When you have a template, you'll just copy this, and then you'll replace these with whatever it is you happen to be adding. So you have your own thumbnail, so you'll paste the link to the thumbnail here, and you'll get that link from the media section of the library on the WordPress. So basically, yeah, like here, you'll upload your thumbnails here, and then copy this URL when you want to add it to the WordPress.
Copy the URL to the thumbnail link, right?
Yeah, and then you'll paste this all into your WordPress, and then you'll replace the thumbnail link with whatever your new thumbnail is.
Okay.
And then for the title, you'll type in whatever it is you happen to be teaching. So if it's like, you know, Chinese grammar 0.5 or something like that.
Okay.
And then you'll have a link to the YouTube. And with those, you are going to want to go to the LRC YouTube page, and here's just a random video. Actually, we gotta find one in okay, we'll go to one of these. So when it's in a playlist like this, you don't want to copy the entire thing. You want to copy everything up until this ampersand, I guess. And because if you copy this, then it's just the YouTube link. It doesn't have all the playlist stuff. So we don't want it to be within the playlist when we put on the WordPress. So we just copy that and paste that here.
Up until like the quotes or whatever?
Up until the ampersand.
No, I meant like
yeah,
quotes.
yeah, it's got to be within the quotes.
Okay.
And then when you want to put in a quiz, usually it's going to be an iSpring quiz. Basically what you're going to do is, it's already got a basic link for an iSpring quiz, but what you've got to do is put in your language name, so it'd probably be Chinese, and then the class number or the year number. So if it's like 102, it would be Chinese 102, and then the file name. So this file name might be like Chinese 102 integrated Chinese chapter 3, and then a grammar point.
Okay. Do you have to upload the iSpring anywhere, or is it just straight from?
The iSprings are all placed onto the server, and then when you put this link here, basically it's going to reference the server, and it's going to like call up the file in question.
Okay.
And then, yeah, with the QR code, it's pretty simple. You're going to, just like a thumbnail, upload the QR code onto this media library. See if we can find a QR. Yep. So you'll get one of these, and then you'll copy the link, and then you'll put it between these quotation marks that say QR code link, and that should give you a perfectly good entry on your thing. So we can try one of these out with your Chinese thing, but in order to get these QR codes and thumbnails, of course, you've got to make them. So we can try making one of these with one that you guys haven't put on the list yet. Let's see. Let's move over to Chinese. Alright, so maybe we can't put these on quite yet because we don't have listing for, the individual years of Chinese and whatnot. One second, I'm actually going to go ask whether we should. Okay. Alright, so since the Chinese doesn't have pages for the individual years, we're going to quick make these, and these are actually pretty easy. We are going to go to Add New. So if you're already on a page, you can click Add New, or you can go to Pages here and Add New. And what we're going to do is we're going to say Chinese 101. And then we're going to change the template. This is like the general format of the page to 2-column left primary widget area. And then here we will also write Chinese 101. This is the label that will show up in the sidebar of the website. This will be at the top. And then we will move the page. So right now it's right at the front of the LRC's website. We want to move it into resources, and then into Chinese, and then into here. So now we update the location, we publish the page. We'll change the code later, but alright, and then if we go and refresh this, we will see that we have Chinese 101. And now we can do, as I said before, and add div ID activities, and then close activities. And now we can start making a new video. So first what we're going to want to do is create a thumbnail. So we'll start with this, I suppose.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, this one? Sure.
Because the first three are not me.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. So, yep, this will be a good, this will be a good thumbnail. So we want to get a picture of you in front of the screen instead of the title card, and then we will go to snipping tool or a different tool for taking captures of the screen, and then we will capture the screen and we will copy it. Then we are going to go to Photoshop, and basically what we want is we want to get the the screen capture that we just took, and we want to put a little border around that. So how we do that is by adding 30 pixels to the width and to the height. So we change this from 625 to 655 and 612 to or 312 to 342, and then we will basically paste the color. So for videos, we want to use this like salmon, orange, pink kind of color. And I have this automatically saved here, but we also have the specific color codes written down somewhere. So if you need the color code, you can get that, and then we Control V, and then boom. So that's what we want. And then when we want to export it, we go to Export, Save for Web, Legacy. And then what we do is we just change the width and height of the image file. So we always want it to be 175 pixels wide and 117 pixels high. And that will give us the perfect size for use on the WordPress. And then we save that, and it will save as a GIF file. So I guess we will call it, what is it, Chinese 101. What is this? What chapter is it?
Chapter 1.
Okay.
Or lesson 1.
Lesson 1. And we always want to use underscores instead of spaces. Lesson 1. Okay, so lesson 1, Guixing. And then we will save that, and we can quit out of here for now. And then we will will go to the media library and we will add this file. Go here, we'll copy the link. Actually, one second, we've got to go to our new page and we've got to add in the template first. So we will copy from here to here and then paste. And then here we go. So now we've got our original picture up. So there. And then we change the title. So we will say Lesson 1 Guixing. And then we will put down the YouTube link. So we copy up to the ampersand. Put it here. Alright, so you guys don't have iSprings up on the server yet, but when you do get your iSprings up, you will want to change this here into, you know, the appropriate information, but for now we can leave it that way. And then finally we will have the QR code, I believe.
Yes. How do you create that?
Alright, so the QR codes that we're creating are through createqrcode.appspot.com. So I believe, yep. Alright, so then we put in the link to the YouTube and we put it here and we make sure that the image size is 500 by 500.
Okay.
And then we create the QR code and we can save this image and it will have the same file name as our original image. So let's actually copy that. It will be, in this case, it will be Chinese 101 Lesson 1 Guixing _ QR, or I suppose it's actually better to put QR first. QR _ Chinese 101 Lesson 1 Guixing. And then we can save that. And then now we can add the QR code to our media library. And then we can take the URL for that and we can paste it right here where it says QR code. And then we should be good. Sometimes you know, type things wrong or accidentally erase something, so you always have to view the page and make sure that the links, oh, that's right. The links all work. So the link to the YouTube works and the QR code works.
Okay.
So good. And that should be all. You can just repeat the process for each individual lesson, each individual grammar point.
Okay. So where do you get the Word document though?
I will send you the Word document and then we'll probably also keep it on one of the main computers so that people in, you know, future semesters can also get it.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
We should be able to use this video to teach future people as well. All right. So we're good. We're going to have to keep the template along with the video, since I used the template in the video, and just in general, since it's a good thing to have a template.
Okay.
But yeah, how should I stop? And then I can cut out this video before I go, and then that should be good.
Okay.
Surprised we did that in one take.